Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Muhammad Afzal, Trading Wala, and we shall discuss with Maya and we shall ask some questions from Maya. And the topic is emotional intelligence and understanding emotional intelligence and what it is and why it matters. So, Maya, my first question is, what is emotional intelligence?
Walaikum salam, Mu'amid. Nice to officially meet you. To answer your question directly, emotional intelligence is essentially being smart about emotions, your own and other people's. It's recognizing what you're feeling, understanding why you're feeling it, managing those feelings, recognizing what others are going through, and using that information to guide how you think and behave. Does that make sense as a starting point?
Please explain further in simple words. If a layman, how can explain emotional intelligence and why is called intelligence? I know the emotions, what are the emotions, but I don't know about why it is combined emotional intelligence.
Right. So imagine you're getting frustrated while working on something. A lot of people just get mad and maybe snap at someone or give up. Emotional intelligence would be noticing, hey, I'm feeling frustrated. Understanding it's probably because the problem's harder than I expected. And then choosing to take a deep breath or ask for help instead of freaking out. It's not just feeling emotions, it's knowing what those feelings are telling you and responding thoughtfully. The intelligence part comes in because you're not just reacting, you're using those emotional cues to make smarter decisions instead of letting them control you. It's like having a different kind of brain power that's separate from math skills or book learning.
So can I say that emotional intelligence is applied on the personal reactions? Means if I am thinking something and if it means I can control my emotions, so is it relevant to my controlling my emotions by myself?
Exactly. You've nailed a huge part of it. Emotional intelligence is fundamentally about managing your own reactions. When you have high EQ, you can step back from that first impulse, recognize what's driving it, and then choose a better way to respond. So it's not about suppressing emotions, but about directing them rather than letting them direct you. Would you say you're curious about because you're finding it hard to control your reactions in certain situations? Or
It means if I know, if I get knowledge of emotional intelligence, it means I am getting a knowledge that would be it means I am understanding myself. I'm understanding myself as when there will be some situation I can react. So if I know myself, I can control my emotions. It means it can help me in my workplace.
exactly right. Knowing yourself, recognizing your patterns, triggers, strengths, and weaknesses is huge. And yeah, EQ absolutely translates to the workplace. People with high emotional intelligence can handle difficult conversations better, build stronger relationships with coworkers, navigate politics without getting burned, and even handle stress more effectively. It's like having a superpower for human interaction.
Okay.
What kind of workplace situations are you hoping EQ might help you with specifically?
I work in a pharmaceutical firm, and there's an administrative jobs. There's a team. So I am not asking for specifically for myself, but I am asking for the whole my audience, and then why it is important emotional intelligence. Why it is important?
Got it. You're thinking about this for your audience on Facebook.
Yes.
For a pharmaceutical firm, or really any team, emotional intelligence is crucial. Think about it. Your industry deals with high stakes, often stressful work. Good EQ means better communication between colleagues, fewer misunderstandings when details matter, and fewer mistakes due to burnout or interpersonal issues. And especially in admin roles, the kind who keep the wheels turning, EQ can help them diffuse conflicts, build rapport with different personalities, and actually improve teamwork efficiency. People notice that kind of thing, and it creates way more collaboration.
Why you are saying it EQ? Why its name is emotional intelligence? Why don't you say it EI?
Good question. It's just that it started getting called EQ, kind of a shorthand like IQ for intelligence quotient. So emotional intelligence became EQ, emotional quotient. EI is also used sometimes, but EQ caught on first and stuck around more. It's the more common way people refer to it now.
Okay, so if it is so important, because in workplace it is very, I know that it's very important. Because I have experienced it. If it is so important, why it is not taught to us in our schools, in our colleges, in our professional institutes? They train us about the books, they train us about the experiments, the practical, uh, like laboratory practicals, but they don't tell us the emotional intelligence types things. Why don't they tell us?
That's a really valid point, honestly. Um, Traditional education really focuses on technical skills, but emotional intelligence, way behind. A lot of experts think there's a few reasons for that. Wasn't really quantified or studied much until pretty recently, like mid 90s. But also, it's tough to teach because it's about changing habits, awareness, things that take practice over time, not just memorizing facts. Schools don't really set up to do that. It's more like they teach you what to think instead of how to think about feelings and people. Frustrating, right?
And a business management is a subject that also cover it, emotional intelligence.
Some business management programs are starting to integrate EQ, but it's still pretty inconsistent. And I'd say the older programs haven't caught up much yet. It usually feels like an afterthought. They might mention it briefly in leadership courses, but it's not really ingrained throughout the whole curriculum.
Hmm. Okay, my next
What's
question
that?
is, what are the main components of emotional intelligence, and can emotional intelligence be learned or improved?
That's a smart double question. Okay, so most experts break emotional intelligence down into four main parts: self awareness, self management, social awareness, and relationship management. Self awareness is knowing your own emotions and how they affect you. Self management is handling those emotions in a healthy way. Social awareness is understanding what others are feeling. Relationship management is about using all of that EQ to build strong relationships. And here's the good news: experts agree. EQ can totally be learned and improved. It's not fixed like IQ. It takes practice, though, self reflection, getting feedback, working on your responses in real time.
Okay, good answers. And
Thanks.
and
So, for your audience, which of those four areas do you think would be most useful for someone in admin role?
I think so. So all are important because understanding yourself is also important. Then managing your emotions, then relationships. All things are important. What are you telling? All things are important.
Right. I meant, which one do you think could make the biggest impact fastest? If someone wanted one quick win, where should they start?
I think someone should start from self understanding himself or herself, because until unless you understand yourself, you can't make any improvement.
I totally agree. Self awareness first. That's like the foundation everything else builds on. If you don't know your emotional patterns, triggers, how your mood affects your decisions. That's step one. Makes sense that you see that connection.
Okay. So, if I tell you, if I ask you a question, how what you suggest to improve the situation, that how our students, our professionals, how they can learn emotional intelligence.
Think one simple habit is to take moments to pause and label your emotions. So instead of just feeling angry or stressed, actually say, I'm feeling frustrated right now. That little check in helps you separate yourself from the emotion. For pros, I think asking for feedback can be huge. How did that conversation come across? Or having a friend look over important emails for tone before they send them. Small stuff that builds awareness.
Okay, thank you very much, sesame.com, for your valuable time, and I really enjoyed the session. Thank you very much.
Of course, Mohammed. It was a great conversation. Your audience is lucky to have someone thinking about this. Thanks for doing what you do.